Okay, the dreaded slice, let's eliminate it. So there's two main things we need to do to help get rid of the ball spinning hard to the right. Number one, we need to make sure the club face is in check and nice and square. And then number two, we need to make sure that the club is swinging down on a good swing path, slightly from in to out. So number one, let's check the grip to make sure the face is more square. We're going to make sure that our glove hand is turned more to the right. So you can see a couple knuckles, see the top of your left hand. As I like to say, palm down, club in the fingers and the thumb on the side. Then bring your right hand in from the side or even just from slightly underneath. Unify the hands. Now we have a good grip. Okay. Number two, we're going to make sure that as we swing the club back that the club face is square. That is a square club face, not toe up. Toe up is an open club face. So we have a good grip. We have a square face, and then as we turn, we make sure that the back of your left wrist is flat or the right wrist is bent. That maintains a square face. We don't want the wrist to be cupped. That's open. Okay, so the back of the hand, the logo of your glove, more to the sky. That really keeps the club face angle really square in the downswing. If the face is square, we're incentivized to swing from the inside. Okay, now that we have that, here are a couple thoughts that are going to facilitate the club coming down from the inside. So following this gentle arc from inside the target line, this is the target line straight out to that white flag. So if we get the face better through the grip and the takeaway in the wrists, as we get to the top and start down, a couple key thoughts that I really like. Number one, just allow the arms and the hands and the club to naturally fall down. We're not going to pull the club down. That's an old adage that's just not true. We're not pulling the club. We're letting them naturally come down. Arms and hands and the club come down. A couple little thoughts at this point. You might feel like your back is to the target or that your shoulder line is out to right field. Those thoughts work. Also, the simple visualization of the ball launching right helps people to swing more from the inside, and we know we want the ball to launch slightly right to be able to turn or curve slightly to the left. One other little thought that I like is thinking about hitting this inside corner of the golf ball. That works well for some golfers. So if we have a good grip and the club face is square in the takeaway and good wrist angles at the top as we come down, the arms and the hands and the club track from the inside, my shoulders feel slightly to the right, my back might feel to the target. Okay, the club's coming from the inside. I'm trying to hit that inside corner of the ball. I visualize the ball starting to the right. Those are all things that are going to promote the ball curving right to left. And honestly, I'd rather you practice hitting some hooks where you over curve it right to left right now versus hitting the slice. The slice is the weakest shot in golf. Of course, it's going to curve offline, but it's also going to not go anywhere. And physics and science tells us that hitting a draw is more advantageous for a lot of reasons. Okay, so here we go. Let's hit one. Make sure my grip is good. I'm going to make sure the face is good in the takeaway. Mine happens to be good, so I don't have to worry about that. Just going to try to swing in to out. And that ball is curving a little bit right to left. And like I said, don't be afraid to hit some hooks right now if you are a big slicer. One other little drill I like is, let's go back to our youth when we were playing t-ball and pretend like you're playing t-ball and just let your forearms have some freedom of motion, of rotation, and you could see that also. That excessively squares up the club face. And it won't take long. If you hit some hooks, then you can back away from consciously letting the forearms rotate. But right now, let's do that if it gets you rid of hitting that slice. So follow this prescription. Just incorporate one or two of these key thoughts and experiment with them. But I guarantee you these items are going to definitely help you to get rid of the slice.